When Need for Speed 2015 came out, one of the things. Oh man, we're gonna have to wait for this cutscene, aren't we? Wait for his dialogue to end. Yeah, yeah, cool. Anyways, when the game first came out, one of the things that they advertised was the whole grip versus drift slider. And the idea there is that you kind of get both kinds of gameplay. You both get, your brake to drift, as well as grip racing. And that didn't end up working out. Racing a car full grip is extremely difficult because of just how much understeer there is. It's quite broken. They fixed it up a tiny bit in Payback, and then they finally made it viable in Heat. But I'm gonna try to see if I can get through the game only using cars at full grip or full drift. Drift events shouldn't be an issue because you can actually drift at full drift for the most part. That's almost always the best setup from what I've personally experienced. But then again, I've never really tuned that much for drift racing. I did get through prestige mode, all of that stuff. But you see, the thing is, right? You can blast through this game if you know what you're doing with tuning. But we're not gonna have that. So this should tell if you really can beat the game using the master slider in one way that's, I guess, kind of anticipated. Because with the whole master slider existing, right, surely they would have to assume that you can finish the game tuning at the extremes of full drift or full grip. Alright, so I was a bit distracted for a second. We have our first car. I don't really know. I might just, because I think the BRZ is the best one out of these, so I'm just going to pick that actually. But let me know if you guys want to see the cutscenes. I'm not going to put them in this one unless I'm talking or saying something, but thing is, this game's been out for 5 years. No one's coming here to see the cutscenes, so unless the one comment out there is like, no, I want to see the cutscenes for the complete experience, then fine, whatever. And I should mention, I'm not sure what to do with Magnus car and all the other icon cars, because I could abuse the fact that I have them, and then those which can't normally be tuned I could use. But again, that's I don't know. Obviously, I'll use them for when I have to for those specific events, but I can avoid using them. You can beat the game with Magnus's car. I've done it before when actually on another person's save, just because they didn't want to go through the game. They already had it on PS4, and that's totally fine. Honestly, this game is trash. It's a hot, steaming pile of garbage, but I love it. I love everything about it. I hate how you actually have to tune the car to make it manual, and for some reason the console versions it wasn't like this.
Get that wallet ready, Spike. Yeah, Spikey.
I'm getting me one of them fancy burgers.
Think again, fool.
I don't miss the dialogue in this game, I'll tell you that. The opening parts of this game are a little slow, but it's not that bad. Also, I want to say, car choice for the starting few vehicles, it's interesting. When this game first came out, I thought the cars that you got were way too fast. You should start out with something, a little bit more realistic. A BRZ could, in some sense, be a starter car. If you have the money for that, whatever, yada yada. But I feel like for this game, it'd be more appropriate to have like 240Z, Golf Mark 1 maybe, because I know those are higher up in price depending on where you are and your used market, but you know what I'm saying. But then Payback came out, and you had that S2K, and you had all this and that, and like the modified stuff, and I think that one you could get a Buick Gen X or something like that as a starter car. I actually don't remember. Yes, I know how you get money and stuff in this game. I've played this. This is actually the 6th time so that weird. 6th time I've played this game. Nope, don't care. So, I have some experience, but I don't have any experience really with driving cars full grip. And it's annoying that I can't actually, see it for myself yet. I have to play through these parts. Another thing I should mention, I'm using Reshade and a couple of other things. Yeah, I made this filter in like 5 seconds. I did just some basic stuff, and I can already see how some parts are a little too bright or a little annoying, so I could modify the filter a little bit before the next time. But if that doesn't bother anyone, then who cares? Let's see what... Oh yeah, this game doesn't have cockpit view. That's fine though. I don't actually mind. Like, the thing is with cockpit view, it's cool to have, but in an arcade racer like this, it really... I mean, some people decide that they're not gonna buy a game because it doesn't have cockpit view. And that just seems a little unreasonable to me, because it's very arcade-like, and it would not be very fun. And, well, at least I think so. I don't know. Some arcade racers are very fun with cockpit view, like Drive Club, Forza Horizon. Sometimes can be fun with in cockpit view. Midnight Club LA actually is really fun in cockpit view if you're going down the highway and you're whizzing by traffic. You should, if you can, try that sometime. So, we can now finally absolutely ruin any chance to have fun in this game. Let's go. This is gonna suck, man. There we go. Wonderful. I'm actually thinking about leaving this car mostly stock with how it looks. Well, I mean, A, because we can't change anything, and B, because I've never done that, and that's kind of interesting to me. Or when, like, starter cars in games, I just think it's cool how they, what's it called? I don't know. Besides the license plate. But, like, what I'm saying is, and besides the spoiler for Downforce. Okay. What I'm saying is, I think it's interesting, just their choices and kind of their vision of, this is what someone who will be playing our game might like or might believe is a starter car. I don't know, because there is some thought to it. It's not just a stock vehicle, you know. So, yeah, that's it. Actually, if I can get a spoiler right now, which I can, and I can't afford... Wait, nope. Okay, some of these are just restricted items. Trunk lid, nope. Okay, so I will get a spoiler. Something minor, just because, for downforce tuning. Because it would not be fully committing if I could not do that. So, where is it? There we go. This is gonna be absolute trash. Honestly, with a car this fast, it's not that bad. It really isn't. I wish I could change steering speed. That's one thing I wish I could change, but this is fine for now. Let's see if I can do some of these other things. Whoa, okay. Game was a little bit interesting there. Let us see now.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Okay. I wonder if I should get try to find, what's it called? Those parts that you just find lying around. Be a bit of a help, but actually I don't think it's worth it, because it'll take, depending on how quick you are finding them. If at the most it takes you, let's say, 20 minutes, because you're driving around in a car this fast, in that time you could have made some half decent progress. Maybe I will, actually, just to see if I can speed things up a little bit. Okay, what is it, Travis?
We got this sweet deal going with a storage firm. We can now...
Oh yeah, they added this in an update.
need to sell 'em. Check it out in the garage.
This is very odd. I'm used to just drifting all over the place, and not that I prefer that style. I don't like brake to drift. But if you want to enjoy this game and properly enjoy it, then yeah, you will likely have to get used to brake to drift. And also, part of the reason this isn't so bad is just because I haven't unlocked everything for tuning, so some things aren't as ridiculous, I think. But we'll have to see. This is kind of boring, actually. I might skip ahead. I mean, not actually in real time. That's not how life and metaphysics work, but you get what I'm saying. I wonder if you can actually still drift. I'm gonna use the handbrake. You can kind of, maybe. I don't know, it doesn't really matter at this stage, because we're just so early on into it. And also, I'm definitely gonna want to have a dedicated drift car, so I don't have to keep on changing the tuning. Okay, there's a part right here, so I'm gonna get it.
Yo.
No, I don't care, Spike. I wonder if it's gonna do the thing where the car just crashes right into it, and nope. Almost. You know what? If one of you guys has a drift car suggestion, then leave it down there. Because there are a lot of cars that'll make this really easy. And for drifting, I'm not worried about that at all. Just because full drift tuning is a little bit busted, but not against you. However, there are some cars that are way harder than others. You know, obviously the Huracan is the best drift car, which still makes zero sense at all. Why is the Lamborghini Huracan the best drift car? But whatever, it is what it is. And other cars that are pretty good, like the RX-7, the R32, etc. So now I'm wondering, because I still want this to be challenging on both sides. And so I'm not quite sure what I think I want to use as a drift car. It might actually just be this. If I get a different grip car, so to speak. Things are not going too well right now. Oh, please count. Okay, that's fine. That would be bad game. I would argue that that's bad game design. If I missed the checkpoint, oh, understand. If I missed the checkpoint there. And also, if you can tell, I'm not used to, I guess, providing insight on what's happening while things are happening. I also just realized I could increase, what's it called, steering sensitivity in the game settings, so that I don't have to change it in car tuning, which means it's still full grip, but is a bit more sensitive and whatnot. I don't think this will be that big of a deal, because this game is still extremely easy, but I do remember having trouble with it when I first played it, when I knew absolutely nothing about tuning at all, and of course that would make things more difficult. This game, the AI are designed for you to not know how to tune properly, and so when you do tune properly, it makes things broken. Going back to helping a friend of mine get through the game, so he'd have money to buy cars and take pictures and photography and all that good stuff. I managed to beat the game with a 351 horsepower 240Z, and once I unlocked his car, I just used that. Magnus's, actually that's a weird English thing there, because would you still call it Magnus's car? Because you just put one apostrophe after the S, because while it is possessive, it's it doesn't matter. I don't even see the AI. Oh, she's over there. Oh, this is so bad. Holy, it's just gonna get worse from here. Wow, why? What is wrong with me? What is actually... I was not paying attention at all. I'm not cutting that out. That's going in. I'm trying to look at Discord at the same time. The race is that boring. Well, now it's boring because I can't catch up because I crashed for no reason. Okay, never mind. Does this car have a 7th gear? Okay. There's no reason for it to have a 7th gear. Another thing about this game. You will have gears. As many gears as the game decides that it wants you to have, depending on how fast your car is. It's a bit broken, but it's not like that was one of the things a lot of people really complained about. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's whatever, you know. Not the end of the world. What am I doing here? Please turn. Easy. The one thing I'm really worried about is the races against Magnus. This race is probably going to be one of the easiest for this specific thing, just because turns aren't that bad. Also, how does Spike have an M2 from the start? That doesn't make any sense. Where'd you get that kind of money, man? Oh, I'm going to have to do drift races pretty soon here. and go back to my car. You know, there's one thing I'm thinking about. What if I actually end up racing with a full drift car? Because it could possibly be faster in this game than full grip. Maybe. Possibly. There's a very slight chance. Nope. Okay.
You remember Bren from that Royal Park thing? Well, he's calling you out.
I'm sure he is.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Okay. Why do I pay attention to this game's dialogue? I don't know. Oh gosh, come on. Please. Oh, okay. I actually escaped. Even though I was right in front of him. Okay, yeah, I see that. Wait, why is this guy texting me, trying to explain to me how cops work? Completely unnecessary. Another thing I should mention. There is no telling if I'm gonna keep doing this, because if it starts really being unfun, then I'm just not bother, because it's the whole point of this. I'm not actually like doing this as a person on YouTube does. More so, this is something I think is somewhat interesting. And yeah, that's that. I'm getting demolished though. Oh, I think the text means I was supposed to do a certain cop mission type thing. But I did not pay attention to that. I think the race, if I remember, this race is about to end right by the dock area thing, place, location. That was almost a good corner. No, come on. Let's see where he's going. Oh, come on. Yeah, I know. Not clean, not nice, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes. This is illegal street racing, so does it really even matter? Oh no, I have to do a drift race. I have to do one. Okay then. Tuning is gonna be really repetitive and annoying, going back and forth. It will get after a while. But I actually have some money. Because, you know, I could buy something right now. I have the money for that. I know I said, you know, oh, you guys tell me what drift car I should use. How about this? You tell me what drift car I should maybe eventually end up with. But for now, just for now, I'll take this. Because for some reason, this car is not very good at drifting. In this game. But it doesn't make any sense, but that's whatever. So, we are going to do this. And that. And nitrous. Let's put nitrous. I'm going to put nitrous in both of my cars. I can buy 10 pound. That's quite a bit of money. Actually, for this. And then here, gonna do time refill. And I'll tune the NOS whenever I figure out. I mean, normally I'd go for full power, but should probably do something different. I'll do full power for this because this is gonna be primarily gutless for now, at least until I can get money to get some upgrades, all that jazz. Speaking of money, why is the economy in this game sensible, but in Payback and Heat it doesn't make any sense at all? Why are cars 50 grand, like baseline cars, expensive? But then it's so easy to make money, right? Or alternatively, you could have cars have a somewhat realistic price and a somewhat realistic payout. I mean, more realistic. Or something that's not unreasonable, right? I'm not expecting to win 70 grand in a street race. And I guess technically with Heat, those wouldn't be street races, those are the legal sanctioned ones, but still, man, you should not get 70k for a single race. I just think that's absurd. Oh, it looks like someone else is doing this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I should really be getting into an alone lobby so I don't mess things up. But whatever. I just realized I didn't change the license plate at all. And there he is. Okay, that's very bizarre. Whoa, I have to get used to this. This is drifting. What do you know? I'm not even trying to fishtail like that. It's just a little annoying to drive. Oh gosh. It looks like they're going the other direction. I don't remember there being another event here. Or maybe there's like a time trial or something. I really don't remember. I thought this was the only one where you just go over here, but it looks like that. Nope. Nope. It's just some of the AI. I have miscalculated. Dang it. Whoopsies. I kind of just want this to be over. Oh gosh. Drop in filter. Fantastic. Oh wait, that is a race, and I have brought a drift car. You know what? I'll try it. What's the worst that could happen? I'll have to win the sprint race too. I can't just do it. No, this thing is so slow. I have to drift a little bit just to get some nitrous. This is not a good idea. Yeah, I changed my mind. We're gonna go to the garage. Yeah, this is way better than driving a full drift car. That is also slower. Now, I do actually have this game soundtrack playing faintly in the background. It will be both very hilarious and very disappointing and annoying and frustrating if I get a copyright claim, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot as long as it's not a strike. I've never, you know, the day that this channel makes money will be a very, very hilarious one. I'm just about to catch up to. Such riveting gameplay. This thing is kind of, you know, not that slow once you have nitrous and open roads. And 7 gears. For no reason. Oh gosh. And I need to be paying more attention. Oh no, turns. My worst nightmare. Come on! No. So close to the finish now. Oh, it's not going to progress unless I win. Should have bought some upgrades. Don't know why I bought a whole car. And then a $5,000 NOS thing. Oh, no! Okay. Okay then. Would you like for me to edit things so that it seems as if I'm always talking, so when there's a moment where I'm not saying anything, it's going to cut to the next time I will, so on and so forth? Or do you want things to be a bit more relaxed and, you know, I don't know. Right now there's not a whole lot to talk about. At all. I'm going to be saving up all the NOS, just in case rubber banding AI comes back. Oh man, I actually wish I could, remember how this game was with rubber banding AI, because it was pretty bad when the game first came out. But it was worse in the beta. The beta was unbelievable. I'm not actually sure I'm allowed to say that, but nobody's gonna watch this, so that's fine. What was I saying? Yeah, the AI. There is some rubber banding here, but they updated it twice. They updated it after, and I don't even know how, because how bad it was in the beta, how that was even acceptable. Okay. Nope, nope, please. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It was for a worthy cause. This whole game is just gonna be me bullying people so that I can actually win. So, I've got about 16 grand, so I can spend some money with upgrades. I'm gonna do something. I just don't like the default plate. There we go. Just because, what if I forget which build it is, you know? It's practical. I should upgrade this a little bit, but I don't quite think it's too important right now. Also, actually, no, a bunch of cheap parts will be more effective for your money than some more expensive parts. Like the increase in performance from this to this is not worth the jump in money unless you have an excess and then you want the fastest car possible. If that makes any sense? So, I'm gonna see. Okay, that's 300. I can put that. I can put that. I can put that. I can put a turbo or a supercharger. The cost will add up a lot over time, so that's something worth considering. Oh, and suspension and differential stuff. Okay, now here's the thing. I can kind of toy with the rules. Because suppose that I don't want a full grip car. But I have to have it such that my car, when tuned, is at its max capacity. But if I don't have tuning parts, then I can't make it completely full grip. If that makes any sense at all. I don't know, I don't care. This is my drift build anyways. Let's see. Sure. And, yes. And, yeah, actually, yeah, because that would help. Put in some basic stuff in here. The somewhat cheap stuff. Like that. Might keep it naturally aspirated for now. That's 900 bucks. I have money. I can do that. Let's see. Sure. Trying to get just some basic stuff that's under $1,000. Okay, the rest of the money's probably gonna go to the BRZ, but that's not that bad for so far, for what we have now. This. Oh, why do I already have this? Okay. Oh yeah, well, because the car's slightly modded. It doesn't come with 231 stock anyways. Don't know what I was thinking. Alright, let's claim this one. Whoa, I missed that. That's that, and there you go. I have some money left over. And, you know, I guess I will buy things so that I can make things completely to grip. Because that's only fair. The game is already as easy as it is. Might as well make things like that. Like so. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Horrible. This doesn't really matter. Sure. Okay, drift car. What do you want? And you know what? I actually kind of don't mind how this looks stock, except the wheels. I really don't like the wheels at all. So, oh yeah, there's this too. Did just a little bit of something. It's just still not great how high it's sitting. Oh, the wheels are really like poking out. Does that look good? Does that look okay? Is that passable? Now that I just reminded myself of that feature, I'm gonna also do that here. I don't want it to be like slammed though. That's just actually I don't like so much how that looks. Okay, that's passable for sure. Let's use this. Whoa, I was not even moving the left analog stick. The car just wanted to veer off to the side. Why am I still winning? Doing atrociously. You know, I almost enjoy how broken the drifting is in this game with certain cars, like the Huracan. I remember I would spend a lot of time trying to set really high scores on that, just because, I don't know, it was really broken and really fun. It's so weird handling, man. This car, why is it so weird for drifting? This of all cars. This should be the one car that drifting makes sense in, maybe. And you can just tell by watching this how broken it is. And of course, for those who have played this game. I have heard of the revival mod. Haven't tried it yet, but will soon. Obviously, that's not going to have an impact on this, what we're doing here, because that's just not the point of this. The point of this is really just to elevate how broken the game is with what they've done with it. So we've made some progress. I think the next one we're just gonna keep going, keep upgrading stuff. I might visually change how this car looks for a bit, and then the BRZ, I think I want to keep it almost completely stock with how it looks. So I'll have to think about that, figure something out. We'll see. My bad, sir or ma'am.